Boy Trey Little, rapper, vlogger, TikToker, entrepreneur, father, husband, a lot of stuff, right? And on this video, I'm going to talk about what I don't like about politics and the ways that I think it affects us as a country and as a people. If you want to hear about this, if you think that you're in a situation where you're anxious about the elections and you don't know what's going to happen and you don't know much about politics, stick around. I'm fairly new to it. I've been involved lately this year because of all of the protests and everything that I've been leading and stuff like that. So it's been amazing, the relationships that we've built in the city of Detroit, partnering with the police chief of Detroit and so many different organizations in Detroit that is coming alongside of us, helping us fight for change, fight for justice, as well build up the economy of Detroit. Make sure you like this video and make sure you subscribe. And I love dropping these kind of videos because I get to talk to y'all different content and not just post music all the time, but actually engage with my followers. So if there's anything you want me to talk about, leave it in the comments below and I'll go check it out. So a few different things. Politics now is strong, you know what I mean? Like the weight of it is really hitting us. There's a huge battle right now in our country, and I've never seen anything like this in my life. You know what I mean? I seen when Obama was getting ready to come into office, it was thick, but now it's way thicker. You know what I mean? Like, people can't even sit down and have a civil conversation without arguing and fighting and blaming each other and really getting hostile. Like, it used to be a climate to where people can talk, get along, and even have disagreements and hash it out and talk it out. You know what I mean? So now it's like people just plastering their beliefs on each other without even being able to have a conversation. So number one, I feel like, politics have, in today's climate, specifically in America, is in a place to where there's so much division to where you're almost forced to either pick a side of politics, left or right, and fully agree with everything. And if you disagree with some things, then, that side that you stand for might throw you away. Or it's almost like, you know what I mean? It's hard because even for me, right? Some of the protests that I was doing, and, we were protesting saying Black Lives Matter. But then the moment I start saying like, hey, I want to build up the economy, and, I'm not for violence. I'm not for, I mean, if it comes to defending and all that or whatever, but when it comes to attacking a city that is on the rise and on the come up and that is majority black, we cannot destroy our city because it's majority black. Majority of the cops are black. So why are we, and people didn't like me for that. You know what I mean? People had a hard time saying, well, you're not for us and stuff like that, right? So then at the same time, I'm seeing people, who are more Republican say like, oh, well, I care about the economy. I care about building up the economy. But then if you're someone who says that, and then you say, but at the same time, can we stand for justice? And then it's like, there's that conflict of interest. So I'm one of those people that's like, I believe in justice. I believe in, fighting for the oppressed and the voiceless. And I believe in making sure that there's equity. I don't believe in, I do believe in helping people when there's need. I believe in giving out, government assistance where it's needed, but I don't believe in abusing the system. I don't believe in using it as a crutch. I've seen a lot of people do that. I've came up on government assistance. It's helped me eat. And, I got a lot of family that's still on it, but I've also seen people abuse it. So I've seen two extremes. My view is this: use it, get on it, and get off it when you can. You know what I mean? Now, if you're a veteran or if you're old and you're on disability, then that's different. But if you're young, healthy, and able to work, then get out and hustle, get out and grind. And at the same time, I'm about building capital. I'm about building money. I'm about stocks. I'm about, building up the economy of America. Like, I love the opportunities in America to be able to work, to be able to build wealth, to be able to start businesses. I mean, I have multiple streams of income: YouTube, TikTok, Spotify. I didn't get the creator fund on TikTok, by the way, but I'm still working on that. I feel like there are so many different things that I love about our country, but at the same time, there's a lot of hard things about our country. And you know what I mean? Like, I feel like we should be able to have those conversations. So first point, you know, I don't like that politics are dividing us so much and we don't have the options to say, yeah, I believe in Black Lives Matter. I believe in, you know, some of those things that the Democrats are fighting for. But I also believe in, you know, policing the right way. I also believe in, you know, having law and order in our country that is done right. You know what I mean? And it's hard for some people to say, oh, I'm Republican, but then I also care about justice. So it's almost like you have to just pick, and you can't really take different things out of, you know, what you believe, right? So that's why I've had conflict with people who even would support me, but then get mad because I say, oh, well, I don't believe in abolishing the police. And then I've had confrontation with people because, you know, I say, I want to fight for justice, but they're like, no, you got to abolish the police if you want to fight for justice. And I say, well, no, you have a lot of working class Black men and women who also want to fight for justice in the city of Detroit specifically. And this applies to different cities. But then, so that's why I'm like, why would you abolish that? And why would you do that when, you know, for instance, Detroit have banned chokeholds. We've adopted the 8 can't wait, which means that police can't shoot at moving cars and all that kind of stuff, right? So, yeah, I'm like, why are we going to abolish something that's in our city? You know what I mean? Me specifically, when I've seen some of the crime happening, you know, a lot of the officers came and helped us out. You know what I mean? So number 2, I believe that a lot of the politicians are very far removed from culture and from the exact experience that people go to. You know what I mean? Or go through, right? You got rich people who don't really relate to the culture, which is nothing's wrong with. But, you know, when I look at what Biden did recently with the commercial with the rap battle, and I'm like, bro, like you know, like, I get it, what you're trying to do, but, you know, like, you can't pretend that you understand the culture. You know what I mean? Like, let us speak and let us do our thing and let us carry the torch. But, you know, don't try to use us for an endorsement or a cosign. You know what I mean? Encourage the people to think, to have, you know, a mind to where they look into politics and to where they understand and study this stuff. So it's like sometimes they're far removed and they're so wealthy and rich and they don't understand what the working class or the average person go through, right? But then they try. You see them coming, giving out turkeys or coming to neighborhoods or coming to things, doing all these things and taking pictures and dipping and leaving. But then it's like, y'all don't understand, you know what I mean? Like, y'all have no sensitivity or feeling of what the people are actually going through here. Y'all just kind of want the photo op or to look good. So that's kind of why, like, we see this with so many different politicians. You know, like I said, number 1, politics is in a situation to where, you know, we can't, like, I'm totally fine with people saying I'm supporting or voting for this person, but I'm still going to love someone else who disagrees with me and still be able to have a conversation and be open to growth. That's rare, right? Number 2, I feel like politicians are very removed from the common struggle. And then I feel like I've said in other videos, we put way so much emphasis on a president or a candidate. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not just relying on a leader and a candidate to change my situation. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of racial tension right now. There's a lot of things going on, but, you know, I have to do my best to navigate that and to not say, oh, Biden's going to fix it. I mean, I'm sure there's things that he's probably planning on doing, but I don't expect him to change my circumstance when I drive to the suburbs and somebody's, you know, staring me down and profiling me, which happens a lot when I go to the suburbs, you know. I'm not expecting him to change it. And if he say he can change it, then I don't believe that. You know what I mean? So we put way too much emphasis on these leaders, and we have to get together and learn how to build and connect with other Americans, other citizens, and learn how to coexist in our country together and not expect the leader to make the whole economy good. You know who's going to make the economy good? Not specifically Trump. There's different things that he can do, but at the end of the day, You going out, working hard, saving up some money, investing in yourself, investing in some property, investing in some stocks, right? He can probably make taxes less, but at the end of the day, if you poor, he ain't doing nothing for you. So it's like, I can't expect Biden to go out and stop racism. You know what I mean? I have to be aware. I have to move smart. I have to learn how to, communicate with people who are wild and hateful and stay away from that, right? They have to learn how to accept people like me in our country. When you look at Trump, like, he can't make you rich unless you put in the work yourself. So it's like we put way too much emphasis on these, presidents and stuff like that. And at the same time, it causes the people, the person that's watching this, that you gonna see a Democrat or a Republican in a gas station and it can turn ugly. It can turn bloody, right? When at the end of the day, these politicians are rich. They living in a mansion. They hopping on jets. They hopping on helicopters. And they ain't got to deal with the daily stuff that me and you deal with. So y'all letting these people rile us up to where we can't even talk and we can't even be around each other no more, right? So it's like the state of politics is so tough, but it's big. It's coming up in November where we got to vote. We got to go out and hit the polls. We got to make a decision. There are a lot of third-party options, but at the same time, a lot of people don't pay attention to that. A lot of people don't pay attention to local voting, to where it's like judges, senators, prosecutors. Everybody just want to talk about Trump 2020, and that's it. It's like nobody wants to talk about all the local voting. Nobody wants to talk about, judges. Nobody wants to talk about prosecutors. But then it's a lot of stuff people don't know. So I encourage people not to get online and scream stuff until they know specifically how these systems work, how the justice system work, how these laws work. You know what I mean? Like, for us, we've been doing a lot of stuff locally, talking with, senators and representatives, state representatives and stuff like that. Like, I've been meeting these people in person. You know what I mean? The mayor, the chief of police. Like, I've been like, you know what I mean? Like, these people know who I am. You know what I mean? And not everybody's going to get those opportunities, but you can focus locally and build up. You know what I mean? Like, you look at certain cultures who immigrate to America, and this is what I love about people who immigrate to America. They build their cultures up so strong, right? To the point that their communities, you know what I mean, are very strong, and they keep money in their communities, which benefit them, which overall benefits the economy of our country, right? And that's what I want to do in my city. I want to do more stuff in my city to where I help build up the economy, and it's going to affect the overall economy. You know what I mean? So my goal is to invest in real estate in Detroit. You know what I mean? And I don't know, maybe other places around America, but I live here, so that's my goal. You know what I mean? So I want to do something in my city that's going to benefit the natives here, to where they have more money, they have more equity, to where they learn, and then the economy builds up, the crime rate go down, and then our country as a whole benefits. So my thing is to encourage y'all is learn how to do stuff in y'all communities. Learn how to how to be self-sustainable. Learn how to build with your neighbors. Understand that, we have to coexist in America, and it can't be us versus them, and it can't be this, or it can't be a civil war, right? You have to understand that you're going to have your political views, but you still have to go to school. And there's going to be people who look different than you. You have to go to work. There's going to be people that look different than you. So you have to understand how to have a conversation with someone who looks different than you, and who disagrees with you. And you have to learn how to go through that and lock arms. So I don't know, man. Like, it's pretty discouraging in today's climate, where everybody's screaming their views and opinions, and they're ready to scrap and brawl whenever somebody else opposes that. You know what I mean? So lives are being taken. It's tough, you know what I mean? But all we can do is really just keep locking arms together, encourage each other, pray, you know what I mean? If y'all believe in God, and just stay encouraged, man. So if y'all got any questions, let me know in the comments. I'm going to wrap this video up. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, and let me know what else you want me to talk about. Ask me some questions in the comments. I'm going to try to do way more videos, vlogs, more freestyles and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I hope y'all get some stuff from these videos. I'm going to try to make it as simple as possible for y'all to understand if this is a new subject to y'all. And much love. Y'all have a good night. Thank you for watching this video. Peace.